Back. Baroni, Donadel, Marchioni, Ziku and Bresciano in the midfield with Gilardino as the lone striker. Well, Roma have Christian Kivu out injured and Jonathan Zabina is suspended after his red card last weekend against Siena. So Trianas Dallas starts only his fourth match this season and Vincent Candela starts only his second. Roma have Pelizzoli in goal, Panucci, Samuel, Dallas across the back, Mancini, Dacor, Emerson, Lima and Candela is a five-man midfield with Totti and Cassano in for the attack. Just for the record, in 29 meetings between these two, Roma have won 13, Parma 7 and 9 have been drawn. And you'd have to fancy Roma to increase that margin of victories this afternoon, Pelliagni.
Well, you would, but as you just pointed out, they scored 10 goals either side of a 0-0 draw with Ancona, the bottom side of the Lanza in their last 3 games. Hard to understand them. 4-0 win against Juventus arguably the best performance by any side in Serie A this season. And then a draw with Ancona. Last week we were together in the game. They absolutely humiliated Siena, but that's what you'd expect. You'd expect them to beat Siena at home at the Olympic Stadium, if not necessarily 6-0. The reality for them is simple though. They've got to keep on, as we said it before last week and we repeat it now, they've got to keep on winning and hope that Milan make a mistake somewhere along the line. Maybe hope that their cross-town rivals Lazio do them a favour tonight when Lazio entertain Milan at the Olympic Stadium in Rome. Because Juventus, they're out the other side in the three-way battle for the title, are unlikely to slip up against Ancona today. Knowing Juventus, they win 1-0 there, but the problem for Roma is that Parma, notwithstanding all the much documented problems that the club have had because of the collapse of the Parma company that owned them, they've actually, maintained, kept their cool and put together some pretty useful results recently. And they start off this weekend in 5th position. So it's not a bad, just outside the Champions League zone. For them to end up in the Champions League at the end of the season, given all the problems they have, would be a terrific result.
Roma were superb last weekend, which we saw when they destroyed Siena by 6-0. The rather weakened Roma team was disappointing in their defeat against Gençler Birliği of Turkey in the UEFA Cup. But this is where their priorities lie. And victory here with a Catalan's lead for a couple of hours at least anyway, for just 2 points. Parma haven't given up all hope of qualifying for the Champions League places, of course. And their financial problems came into the public domain. Everybody thought that they were going to slip down the table, but they've responded really well in the manner that Lazio did last season, to be fair, Parma. And it's with Lazio that they're battling for that Champions League position, along, of course, with Inter. And maybe it's something to do with the pressure of playing in front of their own fans that has made them struggle here. The last home match was a 3-0 whopping by Lazio. Before that, they were held 0-0 by Bologna. 2 big wins at Siena and Sampdoria. And the club buzzing again. And one or 2 people have been impressed with Giannis Ziku's debut last weekend against Sampdoria. Plays again today. I must admit, I've not seen him before, Paddy, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Romanian in action.
Yeah, I think it goes for most of them. We haven't seen him before.
This is Mancini. Slipped through by Emerson. This is Lima. Also had a pretty useful Romanian here last season, didn't they, Parma?
Adrian Mutu. Very useful indeed. He's turned out to be pretty useful at Chelsea as well, hasn't he? And one thing we ought to say here, Wayne, is again the weather has made this pitch a bit heavy. This game, this time yesterday, certainly could not have been played because the pitch was under a heavy blanket of snow. And when Parma played their UEFA Cup game in midweek against the Turkish Gençler Birliği, and they were beaten 1-0 here. The game was played in a snowstorm. It was one of those white pitch orange bowl games.
Not long again for Cassano to chase. Handed off though by Banera. Gençler Birliği could possibly knock out both Parma and Roma, couldn't they? In the UEFA Cup.
Well, I mean, the reality is that, curious enough, both these sides have been beaten 1-0 by Turkey sides in UEFA Cup players in midweek. Parma played a pretty strong side. Roma didn't, as we know. They left out people like Samuel, Totti and Cassano, which is they're 3 pretty important players to leave out.
Baroni. Ferrari forward. Headed out by Samuel. Of course, flick to Emerson. Totti walking a tightrope again. One yellow card away from suspension. Managed to avoid picking that one up against Siena last weekend. And of course, if he picks it up today, he'll miss the Inter game. It's Candela. Flicked back to him by Cassano. Hat-trick hero last weekend in the rout of Siena.
I wouldn't say Totti would be terribly upset if he picked up that yellow card now, because if he 2 games after the Inter game, there's the Rome derby, and the one game of the season he doesn't want to miss is the Rome derby. So.
Well, he needs to pick it up in the Inter game, really, if he's going to plan his suspension, and then he'll miss the Regina match.
That's right. That would be the ideal.
It's been done before as well, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
This is Lima. Now Dacour. Luis Figo famously did it for Real Madrid, didn't he, to avoid being suspended for the quarter-finals. He purposely kicked the ball away and got himself booked.
That's right.
This is Bresciano. All flicked through here, and an opportunity now for Parma. This is Ziku. An ambitious dive in the penalty area. And Collina's too experienced to be fooled by histrionics like that. Bresciano. Free kick to Parma.
Good start with the home side.
Good work here by the Romanian.
Yeah, got in a really good position.
And Gilardino, ludicrous really.
It's a little bit histrionic there.
It's good to see Candela back in the starting lineup for Roma. So many problems with injuries. Quality player whose international career has been curtailed, as we were discussing before the game, Paddy, by Vicente Lizarazu.
It's difficult for there's so many class players in the French international teams, we've said so often, it's difficult for the other guys to get in.
Marchioni over this with Bresciano. It's going to be the Australian though, by the looks of it. Marchioni's pulled away now. And he goes for goal. Far too close to Pellizzoli though. Certainly worth a try from there.
Well, he sort of developed a bit of a touch for goals this season, Bresciano. He never scored before. He scored 5 so far this season.
Baroni. Somewhere forward, but given away. Now Marchioni.
Offside, Charlie.
Gilardino a couple of yards off. Parma's top scorer this season now, Gilardino with 9. Finally overtaken the mark set by Adriano at the start of the season.
Yeah, Adriano had that set by the middle of September.
A
long time to catch up on him.
Scored in his last 2 though.
Oh, it's a great ball from Totti.
Now Mancini. Totti needed it back and Mancini couldn't deliver. Castellini clears. This is Dacour. Dallas playing Emerson into trouble there. Did well though, the Brazilian. Now it's Candela. Cassano's flick. Picked off though by Ferrari. Now one for Gilardino to chase. He's got the legs on Samuel as well, Gilardino. Not much support though. Now it arrives from Bresciano. Disappointing shot. That's where Gilardino was lacking a strike partner really. Prandelli does like the one-man attack, but in this situation he was left rather isolated, Gilardino, and the chance went.
He does everything really well there, Gilardino, which is a bit more than what you can say for the shot from Bresciano.
Castellini whacks the ball away. Given back to Ziku though. Good challenge by Emerson. Totti just trying to switch it towards Cassano. Now Ferrari. Well, they're favouring the long ball up to Gilardino at the moment, Parma. Not normally renowned for their direct approach, aren't they?
He also did well, Gilardino, to get past Samuel. Not too many people have done that this season.
Yeah, he showed some good pace there. This is Lima. Emerson. Delas. Totti. Mancini made the run for him, but Totti was blocked by Donadel.
The man there, not looking a bit cold in the centre there, the woolly cap one. That's Arrigo Sacchi, the former AC Milan and Italian national team coach.
This is Lima. Totti's found some space for himself and worked the opening. Shot disappointing though in the end from the Roma captain.
I don't know how wise it is the Parma defence to give Totti that amount of space right in the edge of your area.
This is Samuel. Candela. Dacour. Tisano. Ball back to Dacour was poor, but the Frenchman almost won it back off Ferrari. The young defender did well though. And it's rather cheaply given away to Emerson. Cassano knows instinctively where Totti is. Totti's ball in, headed away by Cannavaro. Gilardino leaves it for Baroni. He hits one over the top towards Ziku, and Pellizzoli playing the sweeper keeper. Emerson. Given away by Candela. Straight to Banera. Free kick to Parma. Clumsy challenge from Delas on Gilardino. This is Marchioni. Lofts the cross up there. Castellini was forward. Now it's Mancini. Ferrari. Baroni. Pressurised by Dacour. There's one player that certainly gives no quarter in the midfield, Olivier Dacour, but it was a foul. Dummy by Bresciano. Oh, poor clearance from Delas. Got away with it though, and then Dacour finds Totti. Cassano's away and the flag's down. Great chance here for Antonio Cassano. And it stays out. Terrific clearance from Cannavaro. Sebastian Frey just got enough on it to deny Cassano. But Roma should be in front. Wonderful play. But not finished. Mancini. Emerson's ball in, Castellini clears. Dacour. Oh, it's livened up the atmosphere, the miss, anyway. Samuel. And it will drift out for a goal kick to Parma, who remain level despite being carved open by a wonderful Francesco Totti pass.
Oh, a great ball.
It was Cannavaro in the centre who played him onside.
It's a piece of cake to Totti a pass like that.
Should have finished it though, shouldn't it?
Yeah, he tries to play it under Frey. You think the Frey haven't come that far out, it was the chip over the outcome keeper was the better option.
Well, there's a case there for him just stepping around the
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper,
Trying to, yeah.
rolling it in, but players these days don't seem to want to do that, do they? They all tend to shoot early, either chip or...
Does it feel that some defender's going to come back and get them, you know?
Had so much time there, Cassano. Cannavaro did his job though. Sebastian Frey, incidentally, making his 150th Serie A appearance this afternoon. He is 85th in the colours of Parma. It's a pretty good save to start with. 12 minutes gone. Parma 0, Roma 0. This is Cassano, who should have given Roma the lead. is Lima. Dacourt. Emerson forward again. Castellini nipping in. Drops for Emerson though. Great touch from Cassano. Totti. Emerson. Mancini. Played across and Frey struggling. Roma really beginning to turn the screw now. Parma started brightly enough, but Roma asking all the questions early on. Oh, Dacourt's jumped in. That's a terrible challenge from the Frenchman.
Yeah, he's got the yellow card immediately, hasn't he?
Awful, awful challenge, and that could have seriously hurt Baroni.
He's malicious, it's just he's that type of player, Dacourt, isn't he?
It's just the way he caught him, Paddy.
Ooh!
Real leg breaker, that.
It's an ankle breaker.
It was above the ball and above the ankle, and Baroni is going off to receive some treatment. He's really going to feel that. I think the soft conditions may well have saved us a broken leg there, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Because the soft pitch acts as a sort of suspension system on the crunch of the tackle like that.
This is Samuel. Cross by Baroni to Ziku.
Great ball.
Ziku to Bresciano. Good covering though from Walter Samuel.
He's already done a couple of things that would suggest he's pretty useful, this Ziku lad.
Here he is again. Donadal switching play. Samuel clears. Marchioni. Now Bonera. Oh, wonderful footwork from Bonera. Good ball from Bresciano too. And then Marchioni caught by Candela. And it's another yellow card.
No, the Frenchman can't complain either. Marchioni's pace just beat him to it.
Bresciano to deliver again. Gilardino in there, Marchioni, Ferrari forward, closely marked by Panucci. Marchioni, Bresciano, sorry, failing to get past the first defender, which was Antonio Cassano. Samuel clears. Hasn't made best use of the set pieces so far, has he, Mark Bresciano? It's 2 or 3 now that he's starting to deliver.
Cassano got a belt in the face from that free kick from Bresciano, didn't he? That's the problem, is that?
For Parma. Marchioni it was, playing it back in. Now it's Baroni. Bresciano. Bounce kindly though for Dacourt. Totti. And he's laid it straight to Cassano again. They really are on a similar wavelength now, these two. Know exactly where each other's running when they have the ball. Tug on the shirt of the court. Lima. Samuel. Let's see what the call was trying there. Mancini. Now Panucci. Disappointing cross, but it may still come good. Stellini with the clearance. Headed back in by Candela, and Cassano over the top.
Corner. Cassano's not actually offside here. Mancini is out in the far side, but he's not interfering.
Candela again whips the ball goalwards. Samuel. A big deflection as well. I think it was off Cassano. And now it is a goal kick. Candela's head forward. Marchioni now. Topped over by Lima. It was Emerson, wasn't it, who had deflected off. Another free kick to Parma. Gilardino again putting himself about.
Almost got his hands quite full with Gilardino.
It's his first season as a regular starter, isn't it, for Parma? And he's responded pretty well, in fairness, Gilardino. He's very much behind the likes of Adriano and Mutu when he was here.
What he does have as great selling point is he's a tremendous turn of foot, as we've seen already once.
Not bad in the air either. Bresciano, better delivery that time. And it was the Greek Delas who headed it clear. Totti. Mancini.
Good here.
Lima.
Oh, it's a pity.
Needed to switch it perhaps to the other side.
Yeah. Or even a better pass to Lima, and there was something on there for Roma. Parma were out of position.
Mancini. Emerson. Dacour. Totti. Good footwork from Totti in a tight position, but he was looking for the free kick. Now the break could be on here for Parma. This is Ziku. Gilardino up in support. Gilardino gets in behind. Samuel just did enough though. But good work again between Ziku and Gilardino.
It's Totti in the action just before that, but I agree with you. For the second time, not the second, third or fourth time we've seen Zico lay off a really good ball. He looks a very useful player. He did well there. It's a great little ball to Gilardino. And one more time, that pace of his causing the Roma defence a bit of trouble.
Look at the snowballs coming down now from the Roma fans onto Bresciano. Being an Australian, he's probably not too used to that.
He's getting showered there.
It's a deep corner in.
He's delighted with that. The Roma fans have put him off his corner.
It's far too deep as well.
Yeah, that's what Ferrari's saying to him there.
It's all right for Ferrari to complain though. He wasn't the one being held with snowballs, was he? Look at Panucci, he's all over Ferrari.
It always amazes me when a referee decides to give a free kick, or indeed, much worse, a penalty for that type of foul at a corner kick. Because they have about 6 of them happen every time a corner kick's taken in top level football. So how do you decide now and again to give one?
It's one of the strange anomalies of the modern game, isn't it?
It is, but it happens every now and again. A referee will give a penalty for that.
Which it is, by the way.
Yeah, but then he's going to have to give a penalty every time a corner kick's taken in most games.
Castellani forward. Another free kick to Parma. And they've certainly stemmed the Roma tide, haven't they?
And you begin to wonder, will they regret that miss by Cassano? It's early days in the game now.
But at that point they were just getting on top, Roma, weren't they?
Yeah.
But now Parma are certainly back in it. Gilardino, the main reason for that as well. He and Ziku are certainly giving the Roma backline one or two things to think about. Well, there you go, it's the fourth foul that's been conceded on him in just over 23 minutes.
I know, he's causing the problem.
Again, Bresciano straight into the wall. A bit long again, too long though. Delas leaves it for Pellizzoli. Good challenge by Donadao. Bresciano. Good touch from Gilardino, who's fouled again.
Colina didn't try for a second to play the advantage there. He'd whistled long before Bresciano got the shot, and so this ball goes to Bresciano, who's completely unmarked on the edge of the area.
It was Samuel actually, wasn't it, who fouled him? Did him a disservice. I thought it was Delas. I've not seen Samuel rattled this much for quite some time.
He's under pressure. He's had such a secure season, such a confident season so far. It's also interesting if you remember back to the game at the beginning of the season, these two sides met in October. It was a very impressive 4-0 win. 2-0 was the final result. They were in control from start to finish and probably should have won by more. It's different. It's not the same today.
Bresciano again will attempt to deliver a free kick. And now Colina's the target of one or two snowballs from the Roma fans. Bresciano, again it's into the wall, cleared by Dacourt. Well, I don't know whose decision it is to keep allowing Bresciano taking all these free kicks, but they're all being wasted. There's certainly no Gianfranco Zola, is it?
No, no.
Baroni, whistle's gone though already. 25 minutes gone then, still 0-0. Antonio Cassano had the best chance of the game, denied though by a combination of Sebastian Frey and Paolo Cannavaro. Bonera. He's put Frey under pressure, didn't he, with that back pass? Emerson forward. And the flag goes up. Well, that's what this offside debate's all about, isn't it? Cassano looked to be not taking an interest and then suddenly turned and ran back on side.
Yeah.
Panucci forward. Samuel. Now Lima. Dacourt. Cassano takes over from Candela. Dacourt trying to inject some pace into the attack, but gave it away. Now Cassano. Cornered here by Bonera and Marchioni. Desperately trying not to give away a corner. And a good challenge from Bonera. Cassano wants a free kick, doesn't he? But nothing wrong with that. This is Candela. Boxed in again. And has won the corner. Now it's Totti's turn to be pelted. He was intelligent though, he took a quick one. Dacourt. Now Donadell. Castellini. Offside again. Well, he's offside,
he's hardly offside there, is it?
It's about a yard and a half onside, isn't it? For Sebastian Frey. The game's got a bit scrappy at the moment.
Yeah. Roma are not able to maintain that. They had that brief period after the good start for Parma when they looked like they were actually going to dominate the game, but they aren't able to maintain that double dominance here. They're having to scrap quite a lot.
Delas forward to Cassano. Ferrari picks it up though for Parma. Marchioni under pressure from Lima. Bresciano. Whipped in again. This is Donadell. Oh, this is good football. It's a great chance! And it's 1-0 for Parma!
That's a terrific goal. Absolutely brilliant goal. You can't take anything from Parma there. A lovely skill, lovely control, and an absolutely stupendous finish from Gilardino. We've been saying it from the kick-off, he's looking on his game today. But as must be as good a goal as he scored in his career.
Terrific finish from Alberto Gilardino, but the build-up magnificent, but the little flick up into the air.
It's a terrific goal.
And the finish from Gilardino.
Take nothing from him.
Takes him into double figures for the season. Good work from Donadell on the edge as well. I think it was Ziku with the little ball through to Gilardino.
Great piece of play by Parma all around. Roma not clearing their lines properly. Ball goes back to Parma on the edge of the area, and they put together 4 passes in rapid succession. Take a great chance. I said it before, but now we can definitely say, are they going to regret that miss by Cassano earlier?
This is Totti. It's not exactly the way to put pressure on Milan, is it, before their game with Lazio this evening?
No. Yeah, I mean, Roma...
Good work again by Gilardino. Lima. Donadell across. Lima keeps going. Now Cassano.
The idea was good.
Castellini. The goal coming though at a time when the game really needed it as a spectacle. This is Dacourt. Almost found Cassano. Well blocked though by Ferrari. Ziku taking on Panucci. Samuel. First goal then that Roma have conceded since Jonathan McKeaney's penalty in their 1-0 defeat at Brescia. But for all the plaudits, Roma haven't scored in their last 2 away games. Totti's through ball. Just trying to find Cassano. Now Lima. It's a good cross by Lima. Mancini back in. Cleared by Ferrari. Now Ziku. Oh, wonderful play by Ziku.
Great covering by Emerson there. Because the lad Ziku is a problem for them. There's the touch for, I think that's Marchioni.
It is Marchioni, yeah.
To Gilardino. No question whatsoever can they be offside. And I tell you, Gilardino will stick that goal in his album.
It's this touch here.
It's this touch that's not bad at all, is it?
Beautiful finish from Gilardino. That's real class.
It's a class goal.
on the Italian under-21 international. This is Samuel. Candela. Samuel again. Totti.
So who's missing Adriano then?
Oh, exactly. It's fair to say they still are, I think. Him and Adriano wouldn't have been a bad partnership.
Yeah, funnily enough, as you said earlier, the Prandelli seems very much attached to the idea of just one striker. He never played them, hardly ever played them together, except the end game.
This is Cassano. Now Mancini. That's a corner.
It's good by Roma. It's a good build up there. Totti and Cassano one more time. The radar between them really works well, doesn't it?
They're just so aware of where the other one is when they have the ball.
Look at the snow that's coming down. Sure, he's never seen snow like that either. He's completely put him off his corner, didn't he?
Well, the corners have been awful, haven't they?
Well, the players haven't a chance to get them in. They've been bombarded.
Great work from Gilardino again.
He's a bit inspired at the moment, isn't he?
Now Ziku. Candela's across. Ziku still has it. Waits for support. And then rather poorly gives the ball away. Straight to Olivier Dacour. It's a shame that, because it was a good move from Parma. Mancini. Wins the free kick. Castellini was grabbing at him the whole time. Cassano. Totti. For Mancini to chase. Good challenge though by Castellini. And it's another corner. And no doubt another shower of snowballs. Crossed in towards Cassano. Well, Candela's done well here. Samuel. Deflection. It's another corner.
It's a good response by Roma though.
Yeah, they've certainly upped it since going a goal behind.
They haven't got rattled whatsoever by that. Well, if Mancini got a lot of snow out there, you can rest assured that Totti will be. Nobody wants to take the corners. Surprise, surprise. So Totti has to go and go. Look at the snow coming down.
Well, even more has come down now. It's Totti.
Yeah, of course it is.
The
referee's assistant's a bit worried too.
Totti's corner, head down by Samuel.
Ooh.
Better delivery though. Probably the only player that can take a set piece in a snowstorm.
Not bad effort from that. Samuel either rose well to it.
Doesn't look like there's any snow there. They must be running out by now.
Well, the whole of the terrace are covered in snow, so they're just picking up from their feet.
Ferrari forward.
Very, very heavy snowfall in this area yesterday.
Now Emerson. Lima. Baroni. Donadao losing out, and now Mancini. Cassano. Mancini back to Cassano. They read it well though. And Samuel. Emerson. Delas. Totti. Definite free kick. Donadao just grabbing hold of his shirt. To the break then. Roma a goal down. Gilardino's strike on 30 minutes, separating the sides. Can Totti work some magic here for Roma? Chipped in by Totti. Now Mancini has it. Needs to get the ball in again. It's another corner.
Mancini's not too keen about taking any more corner kicks, is he?
That's Totti again.
He's decided he's not doing any more of that. He's had enough of that.
It's an outswinger. Ziku. Candela. It's good pressure from Roma. That's cool. Mancini. Totti. That's
good
good
play.
football. Well blocked though by Donadell. Marchioni. Baroni. Donadell. Bonera. Teasing ball in. Half a chance here. Oh, Delas was struggling.
Well, he made Gilardino a huge press of it, but it was such an unexpected mistake that Gilardino was taken by surprise. Wasn't ready to react.
This is Cassano. Baroni going in on Cassano now. And receives the yellow card for his troubles. Extremely lucky still to be on the field after the tackle he was on the end of from Olivier Dacourt. Well, that was a pretty rough one himself.
Yeah. It's also, I mean, it's a tackle from behind, isn't it? Cassano's going past him.
Third booking of the game. Dacourt and Candela, the other two, both Roma players. Dacourt was for that challenge on Baroni, by the way. This is Emerson. Samuel. Touched by Cassano. Foot in by Bresciano, but Dallas got his head to it. And now space for Bresciano. Gilardino is hanging around on the edge of the area. Now he has it. Good touch in as well towards Ziku. Fell it slowly though. Read it well.
You can't take any away from Parma. They're mixing it with Roma here. Not frightened to play a bit of football and playing some good football too.
I have to say though, Paddy, if they don't come back and win this game, then Roma are probably out of the race, aren't they? 8 points from Milan with what, 11 games to go. That would surely be too much.
It starts to get a bit heavier.
That's if Milan win tonight, of course. This is Cassano. Emerson. Oh, Dacourt's flick, and it almost fell for Totti. There was an offside flag anyway.
No, Totti's clearly offside, isn't he?
And if he's not, Cassano certainly.
So, yeah. Well, you can argue Cassano wasn't interfering with the play, but Totti would have been the goal scorer.
This is Emerson. Nice touch from Candela. Play by Bonera. Good defeat for a defender, isn't he, Bonera?
He's also in this game, you know, as he offers, he's got forward a lot.
Castellini towards Gilardino, again as Samuel worried. Good block by the Argentinian. Only as far as Marchioni though. Oh, that's a woeful cross. Good game he's had though, Alberto Gilardino.
This must be his best game of the season.
Third consecutive match that he's scored in. For Roma, 3 minutes to half time. Totti boxed in by Cannavaro and Castellini, but he still found the pass to Mancini. Oh, Frey struggling. Ferrari clearing though, only as far as Totti. That's another corner. It's twice today that Sebastian Frey has struggled with shots that he should have gathered.
But here he's lucky because he doesn't gather this. Cassano's right there, but it just doesn't bounce to him, you know? Could easily have fallen to Cassano, and that was 1-1.
Made a Terrific save from Cassano, of course, earlier on. A couple of times since then. He's been not struggling. This is Delas. I didn't think Delas was going to turn Bresciano and race away somehow.
He looked like he was going to try it for a second.
That's a good cross. Ferrari, though, heading away. Delas's head forward and a good positive header from Marchioni. Now Gilardino. He had the whole field to play that into and played it straight to Mancini. It's the first thing he's done wrong, in fairness, but Zico would have been away.
Well, because the entire Roma defence was out of position. Dallas was back inside the Parma half the field.
I said Zico then, I actually meant Zico.
Well, we knew who you meant. Zico hasn't been playing for some long while, we know that.
That is a compliment to the Romanian.
I tell you what, it's a compliment to the Romanian, but he looks a useful player. It mightn't be Zico, but he's useful.
This is Emerson. Cleared away by Castellini. Now Emerson. Totti. Played in towards Cassano, great chance! And a fine finish from Cassano. 1-1. Well, he suggested after his miss earlier on, Paddy, that perhaps he should have taken it round the goalkeeper. And he did exactly that. It's a fine goal for Roma.
It's an absolutely brilliant goal. What a pair of footballers Totti and Cassano are. We saw them lay on a demonstration last week, exhibition football. This is a much tougher match. It requires their best football. Look at that pass from Totti. Really, that is just a stupendous pass, and the finish is equally good.
Well, it's a harder one to finish.
Much harder one, yeah. The finish is absolutely stupendous, but the
kept his head.
Oh my goodness, what a goal that is! It really is a splendid goal. We've seen two crackers of goals here in this game. It's the sort of stuff that you expect though with Totti and Cassano. They're beginning to do it with sort of weekly regularity.
Right on the stroke of half-time then, Roma.
It's a great,
vital equaliser.
It's a great time, as you all know, to get the equaliser, isn't it?
Ferrari. Probably one of about 5 players in Serie A that can play a pass like that. Francesco Totti, amazing. Such creation. And the margin for error was just about 0, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was really having to thread it through a very narrow passage of defenders.
Well, now this is slightly more serious. There's flares being thrown on rather than snowballs.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they get those into the ground, you know.
I think some of the organised fans are not thoroughly checked. Some of the regular fans. I think there's a certain amount of collusion between the clubs and their regular fan groups.
Panera challenging with Candela. It's gone the way of Roma, though.
I tell you what, in the second half, Fry's likely to get an awful lot of snow on his head from those Roma fans.
I was just thinking that, and at the other end as well, for Pellizzoli.
Yeah, both goalkeepers have been in front of their own fans in this half, but in the second half, if I was them, I'd be a little bit worried.
I tell you what, that was awfully close, that flare, to hitting Candela.
Yeah. Fortunately, he seemed to know it was coming. Get out of the way.
It's only about a foot away from him, though.
The worst thing about those things too is that they sometimes, they make an awful racket. They can absolutely stun you, the sheer noise that they make.
Baroni forward. And the head back. And there's the noise that you were on about, Paddy.
Oh, when I'm at the stadium, that sort of stuff it terrifies me.
Samuel forward. Gilardino. Laid across the area. There was nobody following up, though. And there goes the half-time whistle. Certainly a few talking points and an interesting match in the first 45 minutes. Cassano had an early chance to give Roma the lead. Denied by Frey, and then a goal on clearance to Cannavaro.
Well, we are just about ready for the second half of play. What will we see? Well, Morfio and Carboni not available for Parma, and they might need them here in the second half. Although they didn't need them here. Gialadini putting it into the back of the net, but it was a short-lived lead. Did not even last until the break. Panucci gone. UEFA Cup injury. Zabina suspended after he was ejected in the victory over Siena. So the bench a little bit lacking for Roma. Might that be an advantage for Parma in the second half? Stick around, we'll find out. Kickoff next.
Si no tiene seguro médico, por lo caro que le cuesta, Platinum Health Plus es la respuesta.
Hola, les habla Javier Romero. Estar sin seguro médico en este país es muy peligroso. Les tengo la solución. Platinum Health Plus. Por menos de $2 al día, su familia completa tendrá acceso a doctores, dentistas, hospitales, medicinas recetadas, línea de enfermeras las 24 horas y más. No hay límites de uso ni deducibles y todos califican.
Comparamos varios planes de salud y Platinum Health Plus resultó ser el mejor.
También recibirá $25,000 por muerte accidental y hasta $5,000 de atención médica por accidente. Todo por menos de $2 al día.
Tenemos condiciones de salud preexistentes.
Sin embargo, Platinum Health Plus nos aceptó.
Gracias Platinum Health Plus.
¡Qué buena decisión!
Platinum Health Plus, lo mejor para su salud.
No espere más. Llame ahora.
Habla tu país por tan solo 1 centavo el minuto y además recibe un mes gratis.
1-866-990-05.
Llama ahora y pásate a una telefónica de verdad. Telefónica Eurocom.
This Monday, it's time for Italian Calcio. The Lazio of Piojo Lopez takes on Kaká and Milan. 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. On Goal TV, experience soccer. This Tuesday, it's time for Ecuadorian soccer, Serie A. Deportivo Quito versus Emelec. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. On Goal TV, experience soccer. You are watching Goal Live.
Problems with the snowball shower coming down on the opposing goalkeeper and on the assistant referee who was to check the goal out.
He was pretty quick in the way he checked that goal. I thought he nipped in and out as quick as a flash.
Wasn't the most thorough of checks, was it? Poor old Sebastian Fry, look, being absolutely pelted. And I'm sure it's going to be the same for Pellizzoli at the other end. Well, he'd be a goalkeeper. Well, they're seeing the funny side at the strikers and the referee.
Collini thinks it's funny, but sure Fry doesn't think it's quite so funny.
Well, it's all right as long as there's nothing stashed in the snowballs, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not going to help your concentration just to go up for the high ball. Get a load of snow in the back of your neck.
Well, it can hurt as well.
It can, a snowball can
if they
hurt.
compact them hard enough.
Yeah.
Especially thrown from the top of the stands. On the field, plenty to play for. 1-1. Parma taking the lead. Cassano equalising right on half-time for Roma. Poor Sebastian Fry.
Well, I'm afraid to say that it was all too predictable. Particularly knowing the Roma fans, as some of us know the Roma fans.
Good work here from Lima. Parma have an early free kick. Marchioni foul. A number of stories linking Marchioni with a summer move to Roma. Manera forward. Mancini to the court. Stellini all the way back to Sebastian Fry. Probably won't need asking twice to come out of his penalty area to clear up any loose balls in this second half.
Well, you can spend most of the second half playing around the centre circle. But the Roma fans' snow throwing might backfire on because it doesn't make that penalty area very playable for their own forwards.
Ladinho towards Bresciano. Just seen off though by Samuel. Palazzoli's getting off lightly by the looks of it. This is Totti. Ziku. Donadao, rather aimless ball forward. Nobody coming to meet Candela. Castellini away. Emerson. Touch from Totti. Now Cassano goes for the overhead. And the whistle had gone anyway. Another flare has come down.
He's a long way offside, isn't he?
Gets himself offside quite a lot, this Antonio Cassano. He's right on the edge of it. It's got in a couple of times though in this game. Once again, the flare needs to be dealt with. Well, at least they don't need the bucket of water this afternoon. They can just use the snow. Now Dacourt. Cassano. Intercepted by Cannavaro. And over the top for Marchioni to chase. Lima. Touch from Cassano to Dacourt. Cassano again. Lima has Dacourt inside him. Managed to avoid a snowball and get the cross in at the same time. Mancini couldn't get on the end of it. This is Dallas. Ronaldinho feels he took a look in the face there. Interesting though, Paddy, isn't it, to see Cassano and Totti together, because when they started playing together this season they struggled with the two playmakers up front, but they're certainly playing well together now.
Yeah, it was always a risk. You'd think there were two players who should play one or the other, but not both, but in fact.
Well, this is Mancini, great dummy from Totti, cleared away by Cannavaro. Totti's head back in, touch from Cassano, back to Totti. Fry quick to react though, and Emerson has taken a knock in the centre of the penalty area.
Good touch that from Cassano. There's the knock on Emerson. He's going trying to follow that touch from Cassano through.
Be interesting to see where Montella would fit back in now when he gets fit.
Yeah. The Capella seems to be, as the season's gone on, it seems to be more and more oriented toward playing 3-5 and 3-5-2 system.
23 goals between Totti and Cassano now in Serie A.
He seems to be reluctant to the idea of playing Totti behind two men up front, particularly Carlo and Cassano.
Mancini. Flicked by Cassano, back to Mancini. Another throw for Roma. We're turning up the heat again here. Cassano. Will be a free kick for Roma. Now by Castellini. Good delivery from Cassano. Panucci's head back in. Cassano has it back again. Ziku at his heels. Oh, lovely flick from Totti. Emerson, D'accord with a chance. Back to Emerson. Oh, that's a superb Roma goal. Wonderful football. Intricate passing. They've carved Parma open. And Emerson has finished off, which a move which, Paddy, really is one of the goals of the season.
No, I agree entirely. We've seen 3 goals today. They've all been good, and each one's better than the one before. That's the cracker. Really is one of the best we've seen all season. It started with Cassano managing to win it out here, knocks it into Totti, lovely little chip from him, and then Emerson does a wonderful 1-2 and full marks to D'accord for his pass to Emerson. And what about Emerson's finish as well? Off the outside of his left foot, it's like a guy who's been scoring goals all his life. Of course, he is Brazilian. The finish is just brilliant, isn't it?
Second goal of the season for Emerson. As I say, taken with the aplomb of a regular goal scorer. D'accord was clever as well.
Yeah.
I thought for one that
he was going to have a blast. No, but he saw the chance to lay on the return ball to Emerson. But what about the touches from Totti and Cassano to set it up to begin with?
Well, Emerson's last goal for Roma was in the Rome derby, and the 2-0 win over Lazio back in November. He took that really well, the Brazilian. And Roma now turn this game on its head. 2-1.
Now this is a result that puts a bit of pressure on Milan, there's no question of that. Milan have been to the Olympic Stadium earlier this season to play Lazio. It was just a couple of weeks ago, and they got played off the park, beaten 4-0 in the Italian Cup semi-final. So they won't be taking the game as right, here goes that back heel on Totti.
Superb
the touch here. It's a great pass from D'accord, and a trick touch to the outside of his right foot from Emerson to score. But what he also did there, D'accord, is not only did he think about the shot, but he actually feinted. He dummied to do the shot and caught the defence slightly wrong, and then laid the ball through.
Ziku is off. He started the game reasonably well, the Romanian, but has faded since. And Fabio Camarata is on in his place. 4th appearance of the season for Camarata. Yet to start again. Well, here's a striker with some experience. He's been about Cagliari and Verona.
Yeah, he's not a newcomer.
Totti winning a free kick. Wonderful, precise passing, and as you say, the touch and the finish from Emerson. Romario would have been proud of that, wouldn't he?
It's a great player.
I say that because of the way he finished it. Romario used to like the toe poke.
They did, yeah.
This is Gilardino. For Camarata to chase. Panucci clears though. Oh, wonderful skill again by Mancini. Teasing Castellani. Cassano.
It's very much Totti's team, this when we said it last week, but you have to. It's Totti's team in the sense that there's no other side in Serie A will so much indulge in the purest skills of the game as Roma do at the moment.
Well, you've said it before, Paddy. They're certainly the most entertaining side, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, last weekend against Siena, when they scored the 6 goals, it was just like a training exercise. It was fabulous exhibition stuff.
But also, I mean, can you ever imagine a Juventus side playing like that? Juventus have a much better record. They've won much more than Roma are ever going to win. But they'll never play that type of football. They're much more concrete.
Baroni forward. Panucci. By Cassano. Mancini felt the full brunt of that challenge. It's more of a collision than anything. I don't think Mancini could have a go at Donadeo too much about it.
He's just stamped on his toe in the end, hasn't he?
This is exactly the sort of test that a team needs to come through in order to win the Scudetto. At the moment they're passing it, Roma. Emerson. Mancini. Oh, Cassano tried to take it away from the Brazilian. Bresciano. Great challenge from Panucci. I think the way they play though, Paddy, was the reason that many people would prefer to see Roma win the title rather than Milan or Juventus as well.
Yeah.
Apart from Milan and Juventus fans, obviously.
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
Certainly most neutral to speak to from that school of thought. This is Mancini. Teasing one in behind the back line, but Walter Samuel, bizarrely, was the furthest forward for Roma.
Now he's got to run a long way back to get back into position.
Well, he's been helped by the free kick, which has been given away by Camerata. He's been a good player this season as well, Lima. He's one of the unsung heroes of this Roma team, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very much your work rate player than central midfield, isn't he?
Nothing's ever said about him, but he's played at left back, left midfield, centre midfield, and always produces the goods.
Yeah, it's true.
Touch on again towards Bresciano. Gilardino ahead of him.
Emerson back doing his job.
Great work from Emerson. And he goes again. Mancini to Totti. And Baroni. Marchioni. Didn't get the ball back though, Marchioni. Now it's with Emerson again. He dwelt on that a bit too long. Lima helps him out though. Cassano. Ferrari. Marchioni, chance to cross. Tucked away though by Delas. Castellini back to Donadeo. Find themselves into trouble if they're not careful, Parma. Cannavaro just doing the sensible thing and clearing his lines. Free kick to Roma though. Totti taking on all comers, still going. Rather backed into a corner now though. Donadeo. Well, if Roma get a third goal, Paddy, you just feel that perhaps we're in for another exhibition.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it that players like Totti and Cassano are absolutely buzzing at the moment. That little number that Totti did there now, here it is. He did that last week as well against Siena. Remember, in the build up to another case where it was a good save in the end from the Siena keeper.
Oh, this is the goal.
I'm going to see that one a lot of times, I think.
Superb goal. Here come Parma though. Gilardino's ball out to Bresciano.
Oh my goodness.
he's had a terrible game.
He's left his shooting boots behind him today, hasn't he?
Every time, in and around the edge of the penalty area and his set pieces.
That was a terrible shot there. In the position he was in.
Couldn't even get the ball off the ground, did he? The options Parma have on the bench. They do have a couple of youngsters they could bring on. Daniele Degano and Alessandro Rossina, both young strikers. That's about it, really.
It's not exactly the sort of game to bring youngsters into, is it?
Foul on Totti. Don't have that strength and depth anymore, do they, Parma?
No, absolutely not.
Well-documented financial problems they've suffered.
Well, even before that, those problems at the beginning of this season last summer, they took a decision to reduce their squad from 37 to 23 players, which says a lot. Some of the big series and clubs in Serie A, sides like AC Milan, have nearly 40 players in their squad.
Candela. Totti. Candela again. Totti's done well to win that from Ferrari, headed out by Cannavaro. Bresciano, Donadel, Castellini. Samuel is now beginning to get the better of Gilardino.
He's been much quieter in the second half so far, Gilardino, hasn't he?
It's time getting up to speed, Samuel, in this game, but I think he's there now. Ferrari had to make that. Morata. Head on towards Totti. It's fallen for Castellini. Morata battling with Delas. Criticised Delas in the past, but he's had a pretty steady game this afternoon.
Yeah, hasn't done anything wrong.
Totti touches it back to Dacourt. Head out, only as far as Donadel. Now Bonera. Turned by Marchioni, wins him the free kick. Candela.
No, I was doubt about that free kick, wasn't it?
Marchioni now, of course, a full Italian international. His debut with Cassano, didn't he, in the Poland friendly a couple of months back.
He's a full international. I thought he was highly unlikely to make it into the squad for Euro 2004.
Well, his form's dipped this season, hasn't it? He started the season very well when he got that call up. Free kick here then for Parma. Ferrari forward. Number of bodies in there as well as it's played in. Header was too close to Pellizzoli.
Gilardino again, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ferrari missed the initial one, didn't he? And Gilardino's back header.
Yeah.
This is Totti. Totti again. Cassano. Running at the defence once more, Cassano, and rather brought that foul himself out of Bonera.
You have to say one thing about Cassano, he's not short of self-confidence, is he? I mean, he'll run at 5 defenders if necessary.
He's grown and grown, hasn't he, this season as well?
Yeah.
What about his chances of making Euro 2004?
Oh, I think he's in the squad, definitely. I think you'd be crazy not to take a player like that along.
You wouldn't have thought that at the start of the season, though, would you? Before?
No, you couldn't have said that because he wasn't even guaranteed to make the Roma team at the start of the season. It was a decision taken by Capello that Capello was absolutely doing that.
Totti's free kick then, driven in low. Mancini.
Poor free kick from Totti.
Delas. Mancini's done well. Delas is still there in support. It was a poor free kick for an ordinary player. It was even worse for somebody like Totti, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Shows he's human anyway. Mancini.
Mancini's trying to get the corner previous move. Finally go.
Now the home form for Parma is worrying, isn't it? The last win was start of January against Inter as they fend off this corner again. Now Emerson, chance of another one. Across the face of goal. And it's a throw for Parma.
Panucci was the unlikely man in the centre forward position there. Another great little ball from Totti and a great cross from Emerson. Emerson did the right thing there. That's one of those places where, as we've often had reason to remark, Roma not having that sort of fixed central striker. They don't have anybody there knocking that type of ball. There's nobody there to pick it up.
This is Emerson. Now Bresciano. Montella's the only man in the squad really to do that, isn't he? Because Caru's more of a target man.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to be having that much harm on Roma's championship chances. Emerson's head down. Lima. D'accord. Mancini. Totti. Back to Mancini. Oh, great work by Mancini, and surely he's fouled. Well, the Parma players are trying to say that he dived, but there was a clear tug on Mancini.
There's a tug there before it, yeah. Yeah, that's what he's given the free kick for as well, you're right. He falls after that because it's Donadel who's got hold of his shirt there.
He certainly made sure that he made the penalty area for his tumble, but
the tug came a long way outside the area.
He was fouled. 21 minutes or so left then. Roma leading by 2-1.
Now this would be a Kivu position if Kivu was playing, but he ain't, so Totti's going to take it, isn't he?
Can't go from power for this kind of position. It needs to be a curler, doesn't it?
The way he's lined himself up, by the way, I get the impression he's going to blast this one.
That's why I said it.
He's going to blast it, right?
Well, he's going for power, isn't he? And he's found the back of the net. 3-1 for Roma. Well, you can only suggest there that the wall wasn't positioned correctly because he just put his head down and thumped it, and it went straight into the net.
Well, he did get it right in beside the far post, but the wall shouldn't have gone. The wall did watch it again. I think also right, the wall's not positioned that
well, just allowed him more or less a straight shot into the corner of the net. Goal number 14 of the season for Francesco Totti. Parma 1, Roma 3. 3 very valuable points on their way back to the Olimpico with Roma.
Either the wall wasn't positioned properly or Fry wasn't positioned properly, because he scored it on the side of the goal that Fry himself was protecting. No?
Well, exactly. I mean,
that corner was he's got the goal to protect the other side.
Well, in that kind of position, if somebody curls it into the top corner, then you can have no complaints. That's sheer brilliance. But if somebody just drills it low and hard like that, and it goes in.
That post was Fry's post to cover, as if he was standing too centrally himself.
There's Totti. Mancini applauds it. But he just checked his run, and so
He would have been offside. 14 goals from Totti so far this season. It's as many as he scored in all of last season. We still got 11 against Scotia.
they were saying last season it was an impressive tally as well, weren't they? Here come Parma though, Bresciano. They need something in quick if this game isn't to run away from them. Brave header out. Donadell. It was Dallas with the header, but he took a whack in the head, I think.
He did, yeah.
Polina right to stop it for that. There's the substitute Camarato caught it.
Yeah, Fry. Yeah, you see what Fry does there? He's meant to be covering the left-hand side of the goal as we look at it. But he moves towards the right as we look at it, just as Tuck is kicking and exposes himself to his... It gives Totty the hole to put it in.
It's almost like he didn't trust his wall, wasn't
Yeah, exactly. He was moved into the area that the wall should have been covering, and moved away from the area.
Castellini forward. Bresciano couldn't get that. Mancini's given it away though to Castellini. Now Bresciano. Back to Castellini. There's the cross. And Panucci clears. Minutes to go then. How are we going to be treated to another Roma exhibition? Can Parma get themselves back into the game and salvage something? Doesn't look likely at this stage. Certainly haven't performed to the same level as they did in the first half, Parma. Marchioni. Dacourt. Ferrari.
I'm not sure what Totti's having after some sort of mineral salt or glucose or something.
Let's just hope it's legal.
Yeah, it certainly is. The same thought was crossing my mind.
It's Cannavaro.
Strange to see a player do it in the middle of the match.
Cannavaro still forward. Put away by Palazzoli. Ferrari's header up in the air wasn't the most convincing, and Cassano thought he was away for a second. Now he's just pulled up. Well, he got a whack on the back of the thigh, didn't he? Emerson. Oh, lovely flick by Mancini. Almost 3 in a row there with the flicks, but Cassano's didn't work out. Now this game has really highlighted the difference between the sides going for the Scudetto and the sides battling for the 4th Champions League place.
Yeah.
Bonera forward, free kick. So the league table doesn't lie, and there's 9 points, of course, between 3rd and 4th places. Dallas away. Bonera's ball in. Now Dacourt. Mancini. Cassano. Now this is dangerous. It's 3-on-2 here. Lovely ball from Cassano to Totti. Great first touch from Totti. Now Lima! Skate by Fry and finished by Mancini. Another terrific Roma goal. In the end, slightly scrappy the way it was finished off, but the move to create it was exceptional. 6th goal of the season for Mancini. Now this really is a performance to strike fear into Milan.
No, Milan are under pressure now. Great ball to Totti here. And then Totti looks like he's sort of driven himself in the corner, sets up a great chance for Lima. And even though Lima doesn't finish it off, Mancini's in hand to finish it off for Lima. Well, that one deserved a goal. It's a terrific movement, terrific ball here to Totti. What a terrific ball that is. Totti, great. Looks like he's lost his chance, Totti, but he managed to set it up for Lima. He probably should have scored with the first touch.
Well, I was hoping that Lima would score for the reasons that we discussed earlier, that he's an unsung kind of player in the Roma team. And his work deserves a goal, but take nothing away from Mancini. 6 goals from the position that he plays in is very impressive.
Impressive performances from Roma, though. All the more so because, you know, they've come from behind. It's always impressive when you come from behind away from home.
He's been labelled as the new Cafu, Paddy, but Cafu didn't score that many.
No, he didn't. No, I mean, potentially he's a better player than Cafu, and that says all you have to say.
This is Emerson. There's Cafu and a bit more. Totti. When you see this,
I don't think he's the only thing he hasn't got. That he hasn't obviously got Cafu's experience. He hasn't one thing Cafu's always done over the years. He was tremendously regular player. Very rarely had a bad game, Cafu, for either Brazil or Roma. Mancini's had a period in the middle of this season after a brilliant start when he was a bit quiet. He's back to his best now. It's just an experience in youth. He looks. Here's the ball. It's Cassano's ball, isn't it? What is? I mean, you said it earlier in the game, and it's absolutely true. There's a radar, an absolutely ultra special radar between Cassano and Totti. They find one another in all sorts of positions, whether it's a 3-yard pass or a 60-yard pass. They find one another with total ease.
There's a real understanding there. It's one of the best understandings in top flight football in the world at the moment.
And the two of the most talented players, and technically speaking, the two of the most talented, two of the most technically gifted players in world football, full stop.
How impressive is this now for Roma? 14 goals in the last 4 games, and
how did they draw nil at Ancona?
Exactly,
everybody wants to know.
And lose 1-0 to Brescia as well previously.
Well, the Brescia game was I mean, the Brescia game, I can give you an answer for that. That's a game that you know, Brescia had one attack in the game and scored from it. Roma had several chances to score, and you know, just things didn't go their way. It was one of those games where Brescia were being very obstinate. It was just one of those games where things didn't go their way. But the Ancona result was the hard one to understand.
The trouble is, Paddy, no matter how close they get to Milan, the one thing they have to get over is this mental problem they have with playing against them. Milan always beat Roma, don't they?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind they're playing the 3rd match from the end of the season.
What's interesting about, I mean, I think, you know, what's interesting about what Capella's done here is that any side that suffered what Roma did this in January last month, they got beaten 3 times in a row by Milan. That's really, it's like, it looks devastating. Look at this ball one more time to Totti from Cassano. Such a brilliant ball.
Not to mention the cup final last season as well.
Yeah. But I mean, I think 3 defeats in successive in the space of 3 weeks. And one of those defeats is in the league, and it's knocked you off the top effectively, which is what Milan did when they beat them at the Olympic Stadium on January 6th. It takes a lot of work from the coach to get them back into believing in themselves. He's done it.
I think the 4-0 win over Juventus probably helped some way with that.
It certainly did.
Don't get too many of them to the pound, do you? Or the euro. D'accord. 6-0 against Siena, 4-1 here at Parma. Not many teams come to the Sardinian score for. Castellini. Still 10 minutes to go as well. Mancini.
Yeah, at this stage, Parma are completely disheartened. How can you blame them?
Well, Roma have done Lazio a favour anyway in the chase for the Champions League place, so will Lazio return the compliment tonight by beating Milan?
Yeah, that's a... Well, that's a very interesting game coming up. I mean, one of the interesting results this season, I still think it's a result that's not going to be unimportant in the overall dynamics of the season, is that 4-0 Lazio win in the Italian Cup against Milan. 6-1 win in aggregate, but a 4-0 win in the second leg at the Olympic Stadium. Certainly Lazio are not going to go into tonight's game with any inferiority complex.
You never know what you're going to get from Lazio, though, do you?
No, you don't.
So inconsistent. Daniele De Rossi then on for Olivier Dacourt. One or two people thought De Rossi might start this afternoon, but has to be content with the substitution appearance, and Totti is off.
Those are sensible substitutions now.
Well, especially bearing in mind the yellow card he's on. It means that he will be playing against Inter. And here's his goal. Goal number 14 of the season.
I must say, at the end of the day, that goal, Wayne, each time you look at it, it's and not for the first time you have to point a finger at Fry, don't you? I mean, he's a very good keeper sometimes, but he does let himself down now and again.
He was unfortunate with the fourth goal, wasn't he? He made a good save from Lima.
Yeah. I don't blame for anything else in that. That one was perhaps just his position wasn't absolutely textbook.
Seems a long time ago now, doesn't it, that Roberto Gilardino gave Parma the lead with a terrifically taken goal. And Milan fans are rubbing their hands together. They're certainly not now. Panucci.
No, I mean, this performance is by Roma is all the more impressive given the story of the match here, because they should have gone 1-0 up, and they have had to come from 1-0 down to win this game. And look at the possession figures there; they're pretty impressive, aren't they? You don't often see the possession so clearly dominated by one side as that.
Nearly 8 minutes more in possession. It's incredible. This is Baroni. Playing mainly for pride now, Parma. Bresciano. Facing their third home defeat of the season now. Chipped in towards Gilardino. Easy for Palazzoli. Had a pretty good record here until recently, but recent results have seen Lazio win here 3-0. Bologna hold them 0-0. Regina come here and win by 2-1. And now Roma are most certainly going to win this one. De Rossi. Cassano. Blocked by Donadel. It was Pinero, wasn't it? Clear obstruction. And Marchioni is off and Potenza is on. Alessandro Potenza, another youngster, not 20 until next month. Cassano. By Emerson.
It's Harlem Globetrotters time again.
Rossi.
Poor old Parma completely thrown in the towel here, haven't they?
Roma haven't taken quite as many liberties though as they did last week against Siena.
That's true.
This is Cassano. Towards Del Vecchio. Touched into Mancini. And Mancini and Del Vecchio both charging down on Fry again.
Fry will be glad to see the final whistle here today.
Del Vecchio came on and scored, didn't he, last weekend against Siena. Eager to get another one.
He looked pretty sharp as well when he came on last week against Siena. He's a player, by the way, that Giovanni Trapattoni will not have ruled out his calculations for Euro 2004. He's a player who can perform a number of different roles in the side, a lot of experience. I suspect he'll take him to just in case.
This is Bresciano, who goes for goal. Palazzoli needed the second attempt to grab it. Well, we all remember Del Vecchio's contribution at Euro 2000, don't we?
Yeah. He was a surprise choice in the side that day. Most people thought Inzaghi would start ahead of him.
Scored the goal that almost won Italy the European Championship. Samuel.
The goal that thought they had a fair hand in setting up, if you remember. Came from a little back foot from him to present it across.
I like Del Vecchio as a striker. I must admit, I think he's better there than when he's used wide in midfield.
That's his position, yeah.
He's chasing this one down again, Del Vecchio.
But the fact that he can do other jobs is one of the reasons why you'd always consider him
well, you need
in
that.
a squad. You know?
Yeah, you need that.
If you're going to have injuries if things go wrong. And he's also got a lot of experience. If he's fitting well, I suspect he'll be in the squad.
Camara. Donadell. Header again. It's funny, there's a number of players about now, isn't there, who are regulars for their national team and not for their clubs. It's a modern theme of football these days. De Rossi. Baroni. Chipped in again towards Gilardino. He goes for goal. Good save by Pellizzoli. Arrigo Sacchi probably not impressed with Parma, but
he doesn't look terribly happy, does he?
Even he must be able to hold his hands up and admit what a fine performance it's been by Roma.
It's a whack here, doesn't he? It's caught there by Dallas.
Such a good club though, Parma, isn't it, that you hope that they can come through their well-documented problems.
Well, I think the Parma's a club that their overall organisation, the catchment area of young players that can call on, and their record will mean they find themselves a buyer before the end of the season. But the reality is they need to find a buyer before the end of the season, as indeed do Lazio, and as indeed do Roma, strangely enough. Because the most recent news we've had here is that Roma, there's been a Russian consortium in talks to buy Roma for 400 million euros, and it looks like those talks are falling through. So Roma are still on the market if they have 400 million euros to spare.
I'll have to have a look under my floorboards, Paddy, and see if I can find some loose change.
Oh, I'm sure you can. You've got big, thick floorboards.
Tomasi has come on for Mancini. Gilardino has been down receiving treatment. Deep corner from Bresciano. Pushed away well by Pellizzoli. Soli's looks so much more a confident keeper now that he knows he's the #1 as well, doesn't he? When he was under pressure from Antonioli and struggled to get in the side, he looked as though he was going to be a bad buy.
Yeah.
Came for a lot of money from Atalanta.
Yeah.
And finally beginning to repay some of that. Donadell. There's Potenza losing out to Candela. Confident play from De Rossi on the edge of his own penalty area. Saw the run of Del Vecchio too. And De Rossi fouls Cannavaro. Gilardino, that is. Too good for him, does it?
No. It's taken a long time to get out off the stretcher.
That is the Rossi's foul on Cannavaro. Donadell's ball forward, headed out by Panucci. De Rossi to Lima. Good pace from Lima. Just showed too much of it though. Cleared by Castellini. Samuel. Tomasi. Last week the referee put Siena out of their misery by blowing early and not bothering with injury time.
You could say there's a case for, might argue there's a case for referee Colina doing the same thing now, isn't it?
I was just wondering if he was going to do that, but we've had a minute already. So Milan's lead down to 2 points, at least temporarily. And it's over to them at the Stadio Olimpico. A tricky tie against Lazio. Rossi's ball forward.
Great ball.
It's been picked up by Candela. Good ball through to Cassano. Chance for number 5. And he tried to be too intricate.
Yeah, he just had to hit that straightforward shot with his left foot. It was 5-1, but he decided to try and chip it with the outside of his right foot.
He had a hat-trick again today, Cassano.
Yeah. And his chances. It's a great little chip from Candela as well. Anybody else would have tried to hit this. See, he did that. Anybody else would have hit that with a left foot. He decides to try that funny one.
He would have scored, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Stays at 4-1 then. No exaggeration. It could have been 6 if Cassano had been less profitable with his finishing. Took one well, but the other two tried to be too much. But then that's what we've been saying, haven't we? He's not an instinctive goal scorer. Colina's enjoyed himself. Certainly seen the funny side of the snowball throwing, hasn't he? Header forward was by Donadao. This is Castellini. Whacked away by Delas, and that's greeted by the final whistle. Well, Milan will have to sit up and take notice once again. They know that they have work to do tonight.
Well, a big victory here today for Roma, outscoring their opponents 10-1 over the last 2 games and throwing the mantle down for Milan. Thanks for joining.